So welcome to all and thank you for joining this webinar. As you know, this session is organized around the project Catch E, which was concluded last December. My name is Cristina Rocha. I am a researcher at LNEG and we were the project coordinators. I would like to start by thanking António Vasconcelos and the organizers of the Planetiers World Gathering for this chance to present you the project, some results, and also some news. In the words of the founders of the Cradle to Cradle concept, we don't have a waste problem, we have a design problem. And this is because it is at the design stage that the circularity and sustainability of products, product-service combinations, and business models can be mostly influenced. Design has the potential to enable or hinder features like the repairability, durability, or recyclability of products, the development of new services that shift the focus from unsustainable growth of product sales to the offer of functions or results so that profits and materials use are decoupled, and redefining business models that support such transition in an innovative and profitable way. And the question is, how can designers, engineers, business managers, etc., support the transition from a linear economy to a circular economic model where waste and pollution are designed out, products and materials are kept in use, and value is sustained for as long as possible. This is the challenge. And this is not an easy task. It's a complex project with multiple aspects to be considered and coordinated. And within Catch, we developed the 10 essentials to work with circular economy that are meant to guide and support the process. The first essential is to think circularity already in the design phase, as I have mentioned before. Number two is think in functionality instead of products, which means focus on needs, be open to new ways of addressing them, for example, through more service-oriented solutions with lower consumption of resources throughout the life cycle. Number three is about analyzing where the value is created and destroyed, because circular economy is about maintaining and recapturing value. Number four, circular economy is a tool for sustainable development. Therefore, any circular solution must also be sustainable, and this is not a given. And this leads us to essential number five, work with a life cycle perspective. So you don't just move the problems to somewhere else or create new sustainability problems with supposedly circular and sustainable solutions. And number six is about the involvement of stakeholders. Circularity requires extended knowledge sharing and collaboration throughout the value chain and with other stakeholders. So this is also very important. Number seven is about leading the transition. And there are already many companies doing this. But being a pioneer requires taking challenges and taking risks and breaking the way for something new. So be a pioneer. Number eight is about understanding new consumer practices, because often the success of a new circular solution depends on consumers changing their practices and their habits. And in relation to this, number nine, if new solutions are not attractive, there are waste of resources. And finally, consider the local social value, like for instance, job creation, inclusion, development of new services, development of local economies, etc. But are designers and other professionals involved in these fields capable and competent to tackle all these challenges? Well, when the Catchy Consortium wrote the application like 4 years ago, the answer was clearly no. We need new capabilities for the jobs of today and the future. This was the gap, and it was also an opportunity for our project. And this is how the project appeared. It was a knowledge alliance funded by the Erasmus Plus program of the European Union. And knowledge alliances bring together universities, research centers, and companies to build competencies that suit or fit the company needs. This was the basic idea of our project. The subject I've already explained. It's product service development for the circular economy and sustainability. And although many contents are generalist, there are others that focus on specific sectors. And in the case of this project, the sectors were construction products and furniture. And therefore, this is our consortium. Portugal, Spain, Austria, and Denmark were represented. And in each country, we have a university, a research institution, and a company from one of the sectors that I've just mentioned. Today we have, besides LNEG, we have the Ceramic Technology Institute, Teresa, Rocha, and also Stephan Schmidt from the Eco-Design Research Group from TU Vienna. And also we have partners from Denmark, and the companies were Amorim Cork Composite, that the Portuguese audience knows well, Doka, a very large construction company, and Oyer Mobler, which is a Danish, very innovative furniture company. So our results can be divided in some that suit more the educational side, the higher education, like a curriculum on product service development, didactic recommendations, and most importantly, the modules, the theoretical modules. On the business side, we have innovative product and service concepts and business strategies that were developed within the test phase with the partner companies. And then in the middle, we have results that fit, let's say, both sides. We have the tools that support the educational side, but can be used separately as standalone elements by companies. We have a massive open online course that can also support academic learning or people that don't have that much time to read all the modules but want to do the course from the business side. And we have a database of examples. So these results, of course, are supported by some homework, some situation analysis. We gathered a database of existing resources so that we could come up with something innovative. And everything is available in our website that includes a knowledge platform. And just to give you an overview of our results, well, they are organized around a framework with 4 main areas. So the basics, where we provide basic knowledge and let's say an initiation to circular economy. Then we have the business part, where we focus on the business approach required for the success of new circular products and services. We have the design part that includes design strategies and so on. And finally, we have a support area with contents regarding assessment and communication in circular economy with a life cycle perspective. And according to this, we developed 8 theoretical modules that are organized according to the framework. They all start with the main question they aim to answer, and each module includes several assignments, examples, and a relation to the tools to support the preparation of lectures by teachers and professors, but also by self-learning, by the students. So we have an introduction to the circular economy, a module on business models and value chains. Then in the design area, a module on processes and materials, design and development, and radical innovation, and finally, life cycle perspective and communication. And here are the tools. They were developed with the intention to complement the theoretical modules, but they can be used on their own, as I said. And today we will present you the catch-up board game, the CE strategist for the business area, and CE designers. And finally, I would like to mention you this new book, which was released last September. It's a compilation of the theoretical modules, and it's available for download as all results of this project at this link that we will provide to you after this session. So it's this book, Product Service Development for Circular Economy and Sustainability course. And of course, the authors of all the modules are the authors of this book. So before we move to the next point, let me show you the website of the project. This is our first page. The link is www.catche.eu, where you see a description of the project, a description of the training materials, but to actually access them, you have to enter the knowledge platform. And yeah, this is the knowledge platform. And as I said, everything is available for free. We have on the left-hand side the MOOC, the online course, which includes videos, slides with narration, assignments, the tools and the modules for download, quizzes, and a final exam. Under tools and training materials, we have, again, the modules, tools, the study program, and the didactic recommendations. And within other resources, we have, for instance, the 10 essentials that I showed you in the beginning of the presentation. We have our case studies, a database of examples collected from external sources, and so on. Yeah. So this is it. Thank you very much for your attention. I will pass now to Teresa Rocha. Thank you.
Thank you, Cristina. Can you see my screen?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay, thank you. So thank you very much for the invitation, and thank you very much to all of you for attending this event. My name is Teresa Rocha. I work in the Technological Institute of Ceramics in Spain, and well, I will show you the elements and how to play to this game called Catch Up. It's a quite funny game. It's intended to create products and business models aligned with circularity and sustainability. And from our experience, it's a quite exciting game. And
sorry to interrupt you, but I think we still see the screen of Cristina.
Okay. That's good to know. I don't know if Cristina should stop sharing her.
I'm not able of stopping sharing. Can you help us, Diogo, and stop my sharing? Oops. Just a second. Okay, I think it's fine now, Teresa. I think you should be able now.
Please, let me, if you...
Okay.
Okay, perfect. So, well, the game, Catch Up game, is a quite, well, it's a creative game. game that will guide us to create product ideas or business model ideas aligned with circularity and sustainability. I was saying that under our experience, it's quite exciting. Whose players often end up with the illusion of being millionaires with the idea that they have thought during the game. So I hope you like it, and I hope you play. And of course, you end up also with the idea of feeling victories. So the objective of the game is to generate ideas from business challenges, taking into account the circular economy perspective through circular design and circular business strategies to solve a problem and generate value opportunities. In other words, the game consists of solving a problem or a challenge for a company by applying circular economy and sustainability for the design of a product or a business model, taking, of course, into account the needs of the users. This game is designed to be applied in training to students, offering fictitious challenges, but also for companies, being able to be applied in real cases too. So do you have a company or do you have a specific objective? Then apply the game to your own real situation. So, but if you're not, don't worry. The game offers you some scenarios to work on. How to play? Well, the ideal is to count a group of 3 or 4 people. If you have different profiles, much better. The game lasts around 2 hours, but if you have some previous knowledge of circularity, strategies in product design, or circular business models, the game flows more easily. And also if you are working on real cases and you have clear what is your problem and how to, more or less how to solve it, also can be shortened too. And the game consists of a board, card, and support materials. So to start, use the board, distribute the cards in the square, in the marked squares. And now you just to follow the step and develop your circular idea. So you can see in the screen all the elements. All of them can be downloaded free of charge, of course, from the CACHI project website and printed out. So there is a board that include all the steps to generate this value idea. There are some notes that help you or guide you in the development of the game. Then we have some cards exposing some problem context, circular design strategy cards, and circular business strategy that explain what are the strategies and describe all of them. Then there are some support ideas which we call divergent thinking cards, some templates, and also some templates to describe the final idea, and some templates to write a good elevator pitch. But now we will see in more detail. So the game to play, there are 6 steps. The first one is to draw, to expose the problem context, then choose the strategies to apply on. These strategies can be on the design side or on the business model side. Then create, it's the moment of is the creative moment, and then describe the business model and how you are going to launch the product to the market. And finally, a presentation. Let's see. In the first stage, you are given a problem context. There are several cards where there is a product category, a target group profile, and a company challenge. For instance, in the screen, we have seen that the card is, the product category is sanitary wear, bath equipment. Is the target group is elderly people or with certain dependency level. And the problem of the company is that it explains here that the sales, they need to increase the sales, and they want to use the emotional aspects to enhance, to improve the experience, so increase the sales. Then we have two types of strategies, as I said before. Some cards that describe design, the circular design strategies with all the criteria and the explanation about the strategy, and also some cards that explain the circular business strategies, such as the design strategies and the business strategies are coherent with the tools that we are going to see after this presentation. Then is the creative moment. We have a problem, we have some tools to solve that problem, and we have to think how we are going to reach a solution. So for sure, during this creative moment, you will get some crazy ideas, perhaps others are more rational. Please don't dismiss any of them until you reach an agreement with your team. Once you have some more clear, just fill in the template. If you get stuck during the creative moment, you can use some divergent thinking cards. Once we have the idea, it's moment to develop the business model. In the game, we offer some templates of business model canvas. Perhaps if you are playing in a context of classroom or company, it's good. You can complete the canvas in detail, but if you are working in some workshops, it's not necessary to go into much detail. And then you have to think how you are going to launch the product in the market. So to make a trial, the game offers you also some templates to develop an elevator pitch with all the necessary elements to have or to describe a good pitch to sell your idea. And finally, to make more exciting the game, share your idea to the rest of teams and vote, and finally nominate a winner. So I hope you like. I invite you to download all the elements and to find some moment to play. I know that this with COVID situation is difficult perhaps to meet several people, but I invite you to do it. So some solutions that can be reached during the testing phase of all of these materials. For instance, a modular outdoor furniture, easy to assemble and disassemble logotype, designed for single models who live in block of flats. This idea has been go further, and now they are working with engineers. Or other solution, it was a multifunctional facade for student residences, youthful design, climbing walls, plants, and photovoltaic facades. So it's a good game. In summary, it's a creative game. You can download all the elements and have a nice time. So thank you very much.
Just before we move to Stephan, thank you, Teresa. I would like to warn the audience that although some of Teresa's slides were not visible, all the session is recorded, and the organizers tell me that then all the slides will be visible. So if you missed something, and I know you missed something because some of them were not being shown, they will be available.
Oh.
Yeah, we're
Yes.
sorry, but that's true. We recorded everything, so in recording everything is fine. So let's move on. Thank you so much.
Okay. So Stephan, please,
Can you hear me now?
we can hear you and we can see your screen.
That's very good. Okay, and you see it as a presentation now.
Yes, everything fine.
Okay, thank you. So my name is Stephan Schmidt. I work at Technical University Vienna in a research group which is concerned with matters of eco-design and circular economy, and I also had the honor to be involved in this project together with the Portuguese and Spanish and Danish partners. And today I would like to present to you one of the tools we developed within this project. There were 3 online tools we developed. Just to give you a short overview, you have already seen this within Cristina's slides before. Here is an overview, a basic overview of what we have developed. There is a little bit more, as Cristina mentioned, but these are the modules and the tools. And I will go into a tool which is called CE Strategist. CE, of course, stands for Circular Economy Strategist. And as I mentioned, there were these 3 tools we developed as a web tool package, and which very much interrelate and which very much build on each other. So they are designed to help designers and manufacturers in certain questions. So the CE Strategist is concerned with the design of a circular economy inspired business model and how this process can be supported. The CE Designer, which David will talk about afterwards, is concerned with how product designs can be assessed and improved. And the CE Analyst is concerned with how certain changes influence the environmental profile of the product. And they all build on very similar strategies. So here we have a framework that we used throughout the course. So we call this the value hill, and basically it mimics the life cycle of typical products. So in the uphill phase, there is continually value added. So from the raw materials to the manufacturing through the distribution, value is continually added to the consumer. From there, it goes to the top hill phase, where the aim of the circular economy is that products are used for as long as possible, possibly also by many users at the same time or different users, and so on. So the goal here is to maintain value. And within the downhill phase, the goal is, after the product is being discarded, is to not let that happen and to retain the value. And along these 3 very basic life cycle phases, there are these 11 strategies. So for example, long life design is concerned with designing a product so that it can be used for a long time, which would have certain effects on the manufacturing phase. And in the top hill phase, you have all these product-oriented services where you decouple the ownership of a product from the resource use. So you offer products as a service. So Car2Go would be an example of a product service here. And in the downhill phases, you have these classic R's. You have this reuse, you have recycling, and you have material recapture. And these 11 strategies, these are the basis the tool is built upon. So this is more or less how the tool application works. On the bottom, you see the basic business design process where you have these phases of initiation, ideation, and integration. And the tool idea was that it supports all these different phases. And it's not just a template, but it's a dynamic process that is supported with the tool. So step one, I will go into this in more details in the following slides. But step one is concerned with describing the basic business model that you already have, if you have one. Step two is to see which kind of strategies fit best to your current business model and to your current products. And then based on this evaluation that is made possible within the tools, you select certain strategies that you want to follow up upon. And then based on this, you go back to the business model canvas, which highlights certain, which gives you certain hints on what to look for and what might be important in the design of a more circular business model. So I will go now in detail a little bit more through these 4 steps. What you see here is a screenshot of the tool. So I guess that many will be familiar with this. This is basically the business model canvas, and we have this also. We use this also as a basic structure throughout this tool. And then the user can here describe within these different elements how the current business model works. So this would be, in this example, we have a fictitious carpet company which sells its carpets. It has a large product portfolio. It has low prices. The channels work through a network of authorized dealers, and their customer segments consist mainly of business customers. There are also a few private customers, and so on. So this is a very simplified description of a basic business model. And then in step 2, you have the chance to evaluate these different strategies that I mentioned before. So there are these 11 strategies, and there is a set of criteria that you can evaluate. So for example, the tool asks you, can you capture value by retaining ownership of the products and renting them out? So this goes into the direction of a product service systems, and asks you to evaluate this option of making carpets available by rent, for example. And in these sub-questions, you evaluate how well this is possible in your case, and the tool gives you, by that, with these answers, an evaluation of the fitness of the different strategies. So here it would say, for example, that the strategies of circular design and the strategies of a product service system and maybe also refurbishing have a very high potential. Then the user can choose these strategies to follow up upon. There you have this ranking of the different strategies, and then you see a description. You see also best practice examples. You see also how this relates to design strategies within the other tool that David is gonna explain next, the CE Designer, and so on. And then you choose the ones you want to follow up upon. And then you come back to the canvas. And based on the strategies that you selected, you get now these hints in dark green that highlight certain elements that might change through the application of this business strategy. So for example, your value proposition, if you choose to go for a product service orientation, your value proposition might offer lower lifetime costs for some kinds of users, as they only need carpets for a certain time frame, for example. They offer this option of access to the product and not only ownership. Your customer relationships might change in the sense that you might have more recurring relationships with your customers. You might have long-term relationships with your customers. Your channels might change in the sense that you have to think about a return channel. You might have to think about a resale channel, and so on. I think you get the picture a little bit. And these influences are dependent on the strategies you chose in the step before. And then you also have this explanation where you can realize from where this comes from. What is the reasoning behind this? Why are customers now, for example, key partners? But I guess it explains itself once you use the tool for yourself. So just to wrap this up, this tool is designed to learn about circular economy opportunities. The target groups are students, but also companies. It focuses on manufacturing companies. It should be quite easy to use without outside guidance. You have all these help text inside. We have also a tutorial online where you can read up on how this tool is supposed to work. Basically, it's not just a static template like the business model canvas or some adaptations of the business model canvas. It follows a dynamic process, which is similar to the business model innovation process. And it builds on this very widely used business model canvas framework. And it integrates the circular economy ideas into this language of the business model canvas. And finally, as everything you hear today, it's available for free online. And here you have the link where we have all the catchy online tools that we've programmed. I look forward if there are any questions afterwards, but if not for now, then I will give the word to David and end my screen sharing.
Thank you, Stephan. Okay, do you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything fine.
Okay. Good morning to all. My name is David Camocho, and I work at LNEG. I'm here to present this CE Designer tool that was also developed within the project. Okay, so for what is this tool for? This tool is a semi-quantitative tool that is used to prioritize, to access, and to identify ideas for to develop new products and services. The tool is organized according with 8 strategies that we believe that covers the most interest and relevant issues that needs to be considered within the development of new processes and new products and services for circularity. But when filling in the tool, the user also reflects on the importance of each strategy, and by the analysis of a group of criteria within each strategy, it will be able to identify new ideas and new opportunities to improve the product or the service. And then, based on the analysis and with the results of the tool, this can be used as a basis for a creativity session when the team will define and explore these new opportunities for further development. And well, with the assessment and with the results, and by comparing the reference situation, the reference product or service with the new solutions, the team will be able to demonstrate where the new solutions perform better, what was done, what is the benefit of the new solution, and this is a good way and a good opportunity to demonstrate the benefits of the project. Well, talking about the target groups, the tool was developed mainly for designers and product developers, and it can be used both in professional level and at academic and student level in teaching these methods, concepts, and these ideas that can be used to develop new products. So what results can we expect with the use of this tool? To start, we'll have a prioritization of the strategies that are applicable in a certain context, in a certain project. We'll have the analysis of a reference product or reference service according with the selected design strategies. We will be able to immediately to identify opportunities to improve when we are reflecting on the assessment, on the strategies and the criteria. We will be able to identify these opportunities. It is to be used as a background information for creativity sessions, and with the graphic comparison between the reference product or service with the new solutions, we can communicate the new solution and the performance of the new solution. So what is the information that we need to use the tool? So if we have a good knowledge on the sustainability profile of the reference product is important. So we need to have some information about the life cycle of our product in order to be able to fill in all the criteria in the tool, and some previous knowledge about circular economy and strategies. It's recommended. It's not mandatory, but it is recommended. So how the tool looks, I have here a few screenshots of the tool. The tool is available in our website. It is a web-based tool, so you just need to go to the website, make a simple registration, and then you have access to the tools. And here, this one, when you go to the website, this is the landing page, and this is how the tool looks. So we need to create a new project in the platform, and from there we will assess all the strategies and all the criteria. So we insert a new project, some information about the new project, and then the first step is to select which strategies are relevant for our project, for our situation. So we will need to analyze all the strategies and identify if the strategy is important for our project or not. And this also have a relation with the business strategies and with the analyst tool. And so all the tools are somehow connected, and we can use the information from one tool to the other. So after we select all the strategies that are important, we insert a reference product that will be used for the assessment. And then we start the analysis of each strategy. And in each strategy, we have a set of criteria. And by analyzing each criteria, we will have a performance of our reference product according with the strategy. We used an ABC scoring system. So for each criteria, the user is asked to select which is the situation according with the product or the service. And for example, if it is an A, it's an ideal situation. The product or the service is performing okay. But if it is a B, it has some opportunities to improve. If it is a C, it's an hotspot. It's something that is not resolved in our product. It can be some criteria that was not even considered. So there is here an opportunity to improve. And by analyzing all these C's, all the situations that are not well resolved in our reference product, we can improve and we can have some ideas to improve in the new solution. So we do this for all the criteria and all the strategies, and in the end, sorry, in the end, we'll have the overall performance of our reference product according with the applied strategies. So the next step is to use this information to make the creativity sessions and to develop new ideas and new concepts for our project. So the next step is, after having designed the new solution, we make a new assessment of that solution. And then we can compare in each strategy the performance of the new solution. In this example, we have a carpet that was the carpet from polyester. That was the reference product, and we developed an idea for a modular carpet. So the new solution improved in several strategies. Here is the result of this assessment, and we can see that we improved in some criteria. Some remained the same, but the overall evaluation is that the performance of the new system, the new product, is quite better. In each strategy, we have more information. We can have access to all the information that was used to fill in the assessment. And with all this information, we can have a report that shows what was done, what was improved, where the improvement was done. And we have all this information that can be used in the future. We also, in the website, we also have a tutorial that can help users to use and to apply the tool. It's a simple tool. It doesn't take much time if you have a good knowledge and information about the reference product. So I invite you all to explore the tool. Just go to the website, and you can have access to the tool and test it and see how you can improve your products and services. Okay, thank you. Cristina?
Okay, well, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So, well, I hope we managed to encourage you to explore our site, our results, our tools. And now I would like to announce, let's say, another spin-off of Catchy, which is an upcoming tutored online course. And it will be basically the contents that we have in our site and in our MOOC. So almost all the modules and tools, sorry, will be part of this course. But there will be also some tutoring by the authors of the modules and the tools. So students are supposed to do some self-learning, to watch some videos, read some written material, see some case studies and examples, and they also have a glossary available. they need to do quizzes along the course, and there will be challenges, questions, and comments in the forum where the tutors will support the learning process and will challenge the students with some points for reflection and so on. And the students will be awarded a certificate upon successful completion of the quizzes and the final exam. The course will start in January. It will have a duration of 9 weeks, so 2 weeks per area, basic, business, etc., plus 1 week for the final exam. We estimate a workload of approximately 3 hours per week that students can distribute as they wish throughout the time. Yes, and we already have this link for pre-registration open. So if you are interested in this course, please consult this link. It will be made available to you after this webinar, or send an email to that address. So that's basically it from my side. We hope that you visit our website. I can tell you that our knowledge platform has something like 400 users. We hope that after this webinar there will be much more, and we have a little bit of time for questions and answers.